that you do, the what, and the where, and the why rather. Why? Why is it that you're doing this, and how can it help me? Why is it necessary for you to come and talk to us? Okay, so the who you are, that break it up into 15 minutes or 20 minutes. The what you're doing, break that up, and the why, right? So then you break the body up into time intervals as well. So you have 5 minutes for the introduction. The body, you have about, like I said, 50 minutes. So you break that up. Oh, my phone ringing. So you break that up and turn my phone off. And so you have that broken down into time. So talk about what it is. Who's in the cut? Who are you? Who are you? And spend time on that. And what is it? What is it that you do? And that's when you have your different people come up and tell their stories. And why is it that you're doing? And during this whole time, you're doing storytelling. You're engaging the students. You're asking thought-provoking questions because you want them to raise their hand and speak out or give an opinion about something. Throw questions out there. Have them share something that's relatable because it's a dialogue going back and forth. It's not just you doing all the talking. So you figure out in that 50 minutes what it is that you're really doing and break that time up so that you know it like a script. I suggest you write it out and assign parts just like a play, and you memorize your lines just like a play, and you do it so much it'll become second nature. I strongly suggest that you don't go in there willy-nilly and this is who I am and I know the kids are going to love me. No, because it doesn't work like that. A professional person knows their script. And once you learn what it is that you are presenting, then you can go in freestyling. But you just can't go freestyling. You have to practice. And the 50 minutes you practice. You practice collectively as a group. You write down what it is that you're going to say. We all know our parts, and it works like a fine oil machine. And I would definitely write it down. I practice in front of the mirror. Videotape yourself. Practice in front of your family. Do some dry runs so that when you go out, you're confident. Because kids can tell when you're not prepared. Oh my goodness, our kids are so savvy. They can tell when you're not prepared. So I think the planning should be so rigid and so tight for you that it seems easy for the kids to view. They be like, oh, they are awesome. They know what they're talking about. Kids know. And so I suggest, like I said, for the body, you're doing the who you are, what you're doing, why is it important, and the why it's important. So the who, the what, and the why. Break that up into time intervals, figure out who's doing what in your group, who's saying what in your group, and write it out like a script. Not word for word, but kind of know what it is that you're doing. Okay? And stick to the script. Okay? Memorize your script. And then you have your conclusion, which is the wrap up. You kind of bring it all back to the introduction. You're summing everything up. And in the conclusion, you can ask thought-provoking questions. You can ask questions to the children. What did they get out of it? Did they learn anything? How can they relate to this? Also, you can mention to them that you want them to complete a survey when they go back to class, which is good. And you can just make a survey, an in-the-cut survey. How would you rate this program from 1 to 5, with 5 being the greatest and 1 being weak or not good at all? Kids will write down their honest information. And then you might ask a question in the survey, how would you improve this program? What can we do to improve the program? They may give you some suggestions. Or can you use this information to help you in your life, How were the presenters? Did you find them entertaining? Did you find them knowledgeable? Just ask 4 questions, just 4, and make it so the kids don't have to put their name, but you definitely wanted the name of the school on the survey form. You definitely want the grade level, what grade the child is in. Make sure that you include the date of the presentation. And so what you'll do is you give the surveys to the coordinator, and the coordinator will distribute them to the teachers. And let's say you give them a day or 2, ask accordingly to collect the surveys. And I would have like a post stamped envelope. So all they have to do is put the surveys in the envelope and mail it to you. Now, what do you do with this data? This data, you get someone like your wife, Tony, Regina, who's a math teacher, who can put a graph together for you to show how effective this program is. Also, it gives you feedback because the kids will let you know if it's boring, then you know that you have to tweak it so it's more interesting. Also, it lets you know what the needs are of the children. With that data, guess what? You compile the data and take this data, hard data, to your community, your political representatives, your community activists, the entrepreneurs in the community, and say, hey, based on the tour that we conducted and based on the responses from the children, these are the needs of our children. These are the immediate needs of our children, and how can you help facilitate some of the needs of our kids? So like I said, yeah, you're increasing your fan base, but you're also doing a worthy cause for our community. So that's sort of like a brief framework for you to get started. Like I said, I'm very proud of you guys. Good luck to you. God bless you. And we'll talk soon.